have experience with friends podcast. So listen, I was not sure what I was going to speak about today. Um, I just, I kind of like waiting to the end of the day and having these conversations or thinking about the conversations that I've had. And so today, I went to, I had a very good conversation with one of my friends, my bestie actually, Gary. We had some conversations about just different things about life and getting older and maturing, um, and just realizing that with time, things will heal, and that has been the case for him. And I won't share what that is, but time. It took time. It took time, patience, and understanding. Um, and that's what I'm beginning to realize is that life is all about going through things and being in the moment and embracing that moment, whatever that looks like for you, and whatever that looks like as far as coping with getting through that moment. Um, but one of the things I wanted to talk about today was or is um, this right here falling in love with your life. And I read that, and it's from this Buddhism page that I follow. I've been fascinated with Buddhism for a moment, and honestly, I think through being a true fan of Tina Turner and relating to some of the things, I don't know that she has always been my favorite entertainer. Well, let me say since 1984. She just her strength and her ability to not be or not harbor ill will or not hold on to a lot of regret and anger. And so, you guys, I purposely turned the comments off tonight, but I will turn them back on. Not tonight, but next video. But anyway, and so learning to um, love yourself, learning to accept yourself, learning to fall in love with your life. That is where I am at this point. I've gone through a lot of tragic things. I've gone through a lot of things that I will share, and that is the reason for and the reason that I'm starting the podcast. And that's fine. Nobody has to be here. Um, I can see the count on the thing, but that's cool. But so Buddhism, this here. Um, it says, fall in love with your life. Wake up early. Buy your favorite coffee. Go for walks. Eat good food. Wear what makes you comfortable. Wear what makes you feel confident. Listen to your favorite music. Purposely create these small moments. Purposely create these small moments that make you fall in love with your life. Purposely purposely create these small moments that make you fall in love with your life. So listen, taking these walks that I've been doing lately through the woods and by the water and sitting and reflecting. Um, I've been doing a lot of reflecting about life and where I am and the decisions that I made and what that looks like moving forward. What that looks like um, in real time. What I've been doing is calling people that I've hurt. We've all hurt people in the past, whether it was, through a word or through something that we said or did. And at this point, I feel like I'm at the third quarter in life. And so I'm being a lot more reflective and I have a lot more calls to do and a lot of people to reach out to. But I feel like at this point in life, the third quarter, I need to be accountable for me. I need to be accountable for my actions. I need to be um, very present in the moment, and that is where I am. I'm being very present. I'm focusing on breathing and focusing on myself and my 8-year-old son. Those are the two most important things that I can focus on at this moment. But I'm learning to appreciate the small moments, going and sitting by the water, um, going and walking through the woods and listening to nature and listening to the sounds of the insects and just being very present. Again, very present. Leave your phone, of course, carry it, but for protection purposes, but have your phone off or down or whatever, and just be very present and in the moment of everything that you do. Very present and very in the moment. That is where I am at this point in life. Listen, I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and I am trying to make amends for those things. I've done a lot of things at 52, but I feel like this is my time now to correct those wrongs. I feel like this is my time to live in my truth, live and be my authentic self. Um, I'm exploring what it's like to be a man. Can we be friends? Yeah, you want to follow me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook? Sure, I'm okay with that. I love having conversations with folks. So at any time, um, I would love for you to reach out. And that's my sister. Like, what's up? And that's Georgia. um, and so, but being present, I want you guys to really listen and think about that. I want you guys to be really present in the moment. Um, Yesterday I went and I sat by some rocks or sat on the rocks out in the water, and that was the most peace that I had in a very long time. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate the rocks and the water and being able to be there and just focus on my breathing, um, focus on my thoughts, focus on what is important, um, and figuring out and what life um, looks like in the third quarter, what life should be like. Um, so, my takeaway from this today is being present in the moment, being very intentional in what you say and what you speak. Um, acceptance. Acceptance of your life, of who you are, and getting to know the real you. And that's why I'm on that journey of walking in, figuring out what I like to do at 52. What is it? What are my likes? What are my dislikes? You know, the energy. I'm very protective of my energy. I don't want a lot of people around. Um, I'm very comfortable with being in the space of being alone. I feel like where I'm in life now, I need that. Um, I've been in relationships for 26 of my 52 years of life. And so I'm at this point where, let me figure out who Troy is. Who is Troy? Who am I? What is it that I like to do? What is it that I want to do? What is it that brings me peace? Without being in a relationship. What is it that I need for me to feel happy? And I'm going to read this again. I love, I've fallen in love with Buddhism, but I need to learn and understand it more. But I feel like it's more centered around breathing and letting things go and coping with things and learning how to do that. But again, I'm going to read this, and this is going to be the end of the live. Fall in love with your life. Wake up early. Buy your favorite coffee. Go for walks. I really have embraced walking more. It just soothes me. It comforts me, just to go out in those woods. All right. Wake up early. Buy your favorite coffee. Go for walks. Eat good food. Wear what makes you confident and listen to your favorite music. Purposely create these small moments that make you fall in love with your life. Purposely create these small moments that make you fall in love with your life. So, create these small moments um, and embrace them and be in the moment. Be present. This is your boy Tab with the Tab Experience with Friends podcast, the Tab Experience. I'm your boy, Troy Antoine Bowers, your host of the Tab podcast. Listen, episodes will be coming very soon. I am excited, working on a little studio space, and so be on the lookout. The Tab Experience podcast. I'm gonna try, and my launch date really is the first week of December. That is really that's my that is my goal, is to have 5 episodes taped, edited, and uploaded the week of December the 1st. The week of December the 1st, I would love to have 5. That is my goal, to have 5 episodes taped, edited, and uploaded. And then in January, I want to officially start the season of the Tab Experience with Friends podcast in January of 2026. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. Peace, love, and create small moments in your life.